Hari Om. Namaste to all the viewers on this national webinar series, Yoga Ramayana Vishwakosha History. Today we have Professor A.N. Pandey Director at Spiritual Awareness Program, Hyderabad. Professor A.N. Pandey obtained Masters of Engineering with honors in Process Equipment Design. He later joined Baba Atomic Research Center in 1972. He then satisfactorily completed the process and nuclear engineering jobs associated with radioactive chemi-nuclear plants. During his tenure of service, he learnt various methods of meditation and yoga with competent spiritual masters. After his retirement in 2006, Sri Pandeyji established Spiritual Awareness Program at Hyderabad. In today's session, he'll be speaking on micro and macrocosm related to Siyaram Tattva.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunatu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidabhisavahe Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. My humble pranam to Pujya Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji. My pranam to the friends of S. Vyasa, and also my humble pranam to the viewers. Friends, we have taken one of the sloka of Ramayana, that is Tulsi Krit Ramayana, which is also known as Ramcharitmanas, written by Sri Tulsidas ji in 16th century. And that verse, it is so important, and looks to me so important, that how to do the research to find out the authenticity of the verse. Verse says that it Siya Ram Mai Sab Jag Jani Karahu Pranam Jori Jug Pani, means whole universe is filled with Siya and Ram, the two Tattva only, and the two Tattva is responsible to have a sort of creation for all the objects of the universe. And how far this Siya Ram Sabjagani is true, that is what the subject of the research. For this, we have to understand the two things here. One is Siya Ram Tattva, other is what is universe. Normally, for observable universe or visible universe, what we see where stars, galaxies, sun, moon are visible, and we also, all the human beings, including animals, animates and inanimates, are there. For these objects, our Siya Ram is a tattva which is going to create the universe, and how far that is true from different angles, that is the subject of the research, and with that way we have taken up that subject. In this connection, first to know the authenticity of these two verses or two words like Siya and Ram, we have to understand the whole universe vividly, not very deeply. At the same time, we have to understand how far the two words Siya and Ram are effective for the creation. In this context, we have to little stretch beyond, and we have to understand the concept of the universe as well as how the tattvas are lying in that universe. For instance, if we say the universe, what is visible universe, and how far, where are these tattvas playing? So for that we have to have the structure of the universe. Let us see what different scientific aspect or scientists are uh, taking. What are the parameters scientists are taking, and what are the parameters our rishis are taking, or doing any research of the universe. For instance, scientists, they take the whole universe as a laboratory, and they have precise instruments, and they have like telescope and microscope, and they send the spacecraft at a different height also with that instrument, and then they record and they analyze, and then they get the result. Our rishis, they have taken the body, human body itself as a laboratory, including brain, and there itself they put the inner instrument, Antakarna, to do the research of different tattvas or different matters, and that way they have coded them. Tattva have been coded as a devas. Only difference is the name, but things are the same. So scientists take whole universe as a sort of laboratory. Rishi takes human body as a sort of laboratory. They take different instruments. Rishi take the Antakarna instrument and do the research. And that shows that the research obtained or results obtained by scientists should be similar to the results obtained by the Rishi, or vice versa. Whatever results are obtained by Rishi should be similar to the results obtained by the scientist. This is because this Brahmand is, we are replica of the Brahmand. Yatha Brahmande, Tatha Pinde. Means whatever Pinda as a human body, whatever we are a replica of universe. So whatever happenings in the universe, the same event should be played in the body also. So to clearly understand this concept of Yatha Brahmande Tatha Pinde, we have to have a sort of model on which we can say that the structure of the Brahmand is like so and so, and the structure of the universe is internal universe is like so and so. For instance, let us start the review of MOU, means model of the universe, to understand where is what. In the whole universe, the presence of Brahman, presence of particles, presence of nuclei, presence of nature, and up to what and at what centers which one is working. For this model of the universe, we have taken the help of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita, where Arjuna is asking 6 questions to Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna gave the answer to the Arjuna: what is Brahman, what is Karma, what is Adhyat, what is Adibhotik, what is Adidevik, and what is Adiyajna. So the answers of these questions Lord Krishna gave in the way that his presence, Brahman's presence, or the highest tattva presence, is there up to the point number 6, because 6 questions are there, all 6 are covered by the Brahman. That means the Brahman has got its presence. He is the controller of all the 6 points, and after after the second point onwards, Prakriti or nature is the doer. We can say in this way that Brahman is the controller and nature or Prakriti is the managing director. So that has been shown in the model developed at SAP, Hyderabad, and this model is very versatile for any kind of queries related to either spirituality or to any of complicated Upanishad, or even for the scientific model what science has developed, their particle physics, where they are talking about particles as well as for boson or force carrier. So this model, what we are seeing here, represents point 1 as a Brahman, point 2 what Krishna has told about Adi Yagna, and what was the Adi Devik, that is point number 3. Point 4 is karma, what is karma, where action starts. Point 5 is Jivatma, where Jiva takes the sort of action. Once it looks upward, then they become Adhyatmic. And point number 6 is Adi Bhautik Loka, physical world. Materialistic world starts from there. So up to 6.1 to 6, Brahman takes care, he is a controller. And Prakriti, nature, takes care of action from point number 2 to the point number 6. Beyond 6, Prakriti Brahman hands over the controlling aspect to Prakriti, nature, and Prakriti works as a controller as well as action carrier. Means point number 6 beyond or below will be the complete completely in charge with nature or Prakriti. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that he is, after certain points, though he is there, but they cannot visualize me or they cannot understand me. So we have to, our whole life structure, though we are in point number 6, Adi Bhautik Loka, but this Adi Bhautik Loka for evolving is a platform, and then we have to reach to the point number 1, where Brahman exists. This model also gives the concept of 3 loka, from physical Bhautik Loka or physical world to the point number 3, sorry, physical, below physical world is a materialistic world. Below Bhautik Loka is the materialistic world, and above Bhautik Loka to the Devik Loka, that is point number 3, is the cosmic world, and above that is the spiritual world. This shows that how the people can, or how the matter can get evolved. People is one thing, but even what we are going to, what we have taken the subject as Siya Ram, how they are playing and at which place Siya is there, at what place Ram is there, and what way they are the main constituents of the universe to play around and to have a sort of creation, sustenance, as well as maintenance. So this way we can, this whole model can be explained, and this model has got the backup of some of the Upanishads as well as backup of even scientific whatever they have made a standard model of particle physics, all can be explained with the help of this model. Why we have chosen this model? This is because the whole Jagat, there are 2 words in that Siya Ram Mai Sab Jagani. One is Siya Ram, that true Tattva, and the whole world inverse. What is inverse? So inverse outside what scientists are taking and looks like what we have seen in this diagram, and up to 6 we are in the form of we are in the hands of Paramatma, and below 6 anyway we are in the hands of, totally we are in the hands of Prakriti. That's why children after the birth, child after the birth is said that to 7 years of age, the Prakriti holds good or takes care of or controls the children. Now, the utility of this we have seen, and here we will see that that four two words like Siya and Ram Tattva, where it exists, and what way it generates the two more tattvas to play. Actually, four tattvas are playing in the inverse, and they are Siya and Ram, one, two tattva, and then associated tattva from which comes out because of the Siya. Siya is the Siya is the activating tattva like prana and mind. Mind means that is attached to the Jivatma. So the four tattvas like Siya, Ram, prana and Jivatma are the four tattvas play in the whole inverse, and these tattva belongs to the places we'll see, or we can see in the next slide somewhere. But here we can place now what on the model we can place. One A is for Param Brahma, which is not at all visible or which is not in observable in inverse. But observable in inverse starts, or visible inverse starts from 1. So Brahma exists at 1. Here Ram exists at Param Brahma is Param Rama, but Ram as who takes care of, or Ram who has come to play a role as a jiva, in a jiva, or as a after incarnation. So that tattva Ram belongs to the point number 2. Siya belongs to point number 4, Bindu number 4, and Siya activates the prana, which is shown here in Bindu number 3. And because of 3 combination, 2, 3, and 4, there is a tattva Jivatma comes out, and that is point number 5. So this model showing first two tattva what we have seen, Siya and Ram. Siya stands at Bindu number 4 and Ram at Bindu number 2, and associates tattva at Bindu number 3 and 5. So these 4 tattvas are the partners, or are the ingredients to make the whole inverse, whether the stars are there, whether a star exists, or galaxy exists, or human being exists, all are because of the four tattvas only. And first, Bindu number 1, which is Brahma, is God beyond. It is not the God beyond creation that we call. Actually, Brahman is not at all playing a role, only controlling. The role is created, role is done, for creation role is carried out by only Bindu number 2 onward, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that way we understood that Siya and Ram is a two tattva, and Siya, because of Siya and Ram, other two tattva comes into existence, that is a power of God or absolute, and at the same time the power of Jivatma, and these two are living. And we'll see that how they have been also explored by the scientists also. In this way, after having this, this is the laboratory for scientists. As I was explaining, that inverse is a laboratory for scientists. But at the same now, let us see the laboratory of rishis, Indian rishis, had the brain, including body, as a laboratory, and they used to have the instrument, inner instrument, which is called Antakarna, having mind, intellect, and ego to play or to record or to visualize whatever is happening in the micro universe, in the human system. So that kind of scenario they used to have. And with this laboratory, human body, including brain, they used to get all the results, all the findings, whatever scientists they have got in the observable universe or visible universe. This way, whatever we have seen, the scenario of nuclei in the visible universe, layout of the nuclei, where Brahman plays a great role, including nature, that kind of scenario can also be placed or observed in the human system. And that has been shown by the slide, where Bindu number 1 to 6 of visible universe is placed in the human system, and that is shown in the slide. Bindu number 1 of human brain is for Brahman, and that exists at Turiya. Bindu number 2 exists at Bindu Visarga, which is also called third ventricle in medical terms, and the same thing is also sometimes called back eyes. Bindu number 3 exists at front, that is in between two eyebrows, that is also called Agnya Chakra, and that same chakra has to be opened when when sadhaka is trying to get the third eye opened. Similarly, Bindu number 4, which is the place of Mata Janaki or Prakriti, nature, that exists at the upper jaw of the mouth, where 3 glands, namely pituitary, pineal, and hypothalamus, they are nearby. They are at the junction of that, or the domain of these 3 glands is called lower Agnya, and that point is for the Prakriti, for the Mata Janaki. Similarly, we can see that Jivatma, the point number 5, Bindu number 5 of the visible universe, exists at our heart chakra, and Bindu number 6, which is a physical world or Adibhotik Loka, that exists at our navel center, Manipur chakra. So these are the scenario in the human system, which is the laboratory for our yogi, Indian yogi, and that way Indian yogi got all the results of the universe, all the results whatever scientists are getting. Long ago, our Indian nation got, and based on that only they have supported all the results. Now, once we understood the placement of nuclei in the human system, which is also called a micro-universe or microcosm, here we have to trace out the points for Shia and Ram, because we are researching on Shia Ram Tattva and how the Tattva is important for the universe, to creation of the universe, or create as a body, as a building block for all the objects like stars, galaxy, sun, moon, including human being, earth, and animates and inanimates. So let us try to point out where Shia and Ram exist in the human system. If we correlate, if you try to see that here Bindu number 2, Bindu number 1 is for Param Brahma, Param Rama, And Bindu number 2 is the Rama, which is going to play a role in the Treta Yuga or as an Avtara. And the Bindu number 4, which is at the upper palates of the body, that is for Mother Janaki. By these two, Siya and Ram, Bindu number 4 and 2, the other associated tattva like prana or like energy, which exist at Bindu number 3, and Jivatma, which exists at Bindu number 5, gets associated. So we see that in the human system or in the research laboratory, all 4 essential tattvas like Siya, Ram, then God's energy as well as life system or Jivatma, all 4 exist, and this is manipulated those points to reach to Param Brahma Ram. This way, why we have taken these two comparison, these two macro inverse and micro inverse? This is because these are the 2 laboratories by which anything of either a manifestation of Paramatma or evolution of Jivatma, which can be explored, and they give the results, which is already mentioned in our great grantha like Veda, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, and other manuscripts. Now let us see, once having located the Siya and Ram in the visible universe as well as in a micro universe, we can further, we have got the authenticity of that sloka. Siya Ram Mai Sab Jagdani Karahu Pranam Jori Jugupani, which was stated by Sri Tulsidas Ji. So what I mean to say that Sri Tulsidas Ji statement about Siya Ram Mai Sab Jagdani is shows the authenticity and validity of the verse. At the same time, what he says that these 2 tattva are the main for creating the universe or for the as a basic building block of the universe, any objects of the universe. So having understood the sloka placement in the macro universe in the Jagat as well as in the micro universe in the human body, we have understood that Siya Ram is a tattva, both are the 2 tattvas by which whole Jagat is being constructed and the whole Jagat is being maintained, at the same time whole Jagat is being sustained. Now, so let us conclude in this episode that what we have done, what we have understood. We have understood first research on Siya Ram was taken, Siya Ram Mai Sab Jagdani was taken, that we saw that okay, we were trying to know the validity of that tattva Siya and Ram, and that we have found once we have gone to the universal structure where the nuclei, I mean to say that where the Brahmans has played a good role, a great role, and those nuclei are also called the creation development center. So those centers we have located in the macro universe and micro universe, in the visible universe as well as in human system. And we have seen that yes, the 2 tattva, Siya and Ram, are essential for as a basic building block of all the objects like the stars, galaxy, planets, suns, moons, earth, and for all the jivas. By this way, we can conclude this episode. And here one thing we have to understand, that we have further will validate, we'll have we'll go for the validation of Siya and Ram from other angles, like from the angle by visualizing the same in some of the Upanishads, then in Bhagavad Gita, and lastly we'll go for whatever now modern science has got, whatever theory, but by those theories also we'll have the verification of Siya and Ram, so that Siya Ram as Sabjagani is very, very true fact given by Sri Tulsidas Ji. So Tulsidas Ji has given the fact in the 16th century. And 17th century is the era for a little development of science, where Newton's had given some of the theory, Newtonian mechanics we can say, and he gave very good mathematical models as well as theory related to gravity. But afterwards, there was a big vacuum, there was a big gap in the scientific development. And ultimately, science had evolved in the 20th century. So what we saw that in the 19th century was the era for religion, 20th century was the era for science, and 21st century the era for yoga and the spirituality, for which center or institution like Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan Sansthan, which is in short called SVYASA, is trying, and moreover going to get a great success in this pattern to unify all whatever spiritual masters got or whatever spirituality says, at the same time whatever science is telling. With this, we will conclude this session.
Thank you, Professor A.N. Pandey for your beautiful lecture on Siyaram Tattva in micro and macrocosm. Tomorrow we'll meet with another topic. Namaste.